Does your wrestler lack consistency in their matches? They're good in practice, but when it comes to competition, they freeze up, they can't perform. Or, depending on who they're wrestling, they perform better or worse. If they're wrestling somebody on paper who's better than them, they end up shutting down and don't perform well. This is a good indicator that their mindset is not good. Their mindset needs to be upgraded, right? If their skills are good, they go into the practice room, they do well, they have the right skills, they're hitting them good. But when you change the environment, they end up, again, freezing up, performing way worse. We look at that mindset part of the athlete and see if there's ways we can help them improve. When thinking about consistency, one thing is that it is a spectrum, okay? What I mean is, it's not either a flip switch on and you wrestle really great, or the flip switch is the opposite way and you wrestle really bad. There's more of a spectrum on the consistency of your wrestling. One match you could be 100% aggressive, and another match you can be 30, another match you can be 60. One thing as a coach and as a parent I want to emphasize on my wrestler is to be moving towards that 100%, right? It's not like, oh, you weren't aggressive enough, or you weren't aggressive, or you didn't try hard. It's how did you do better, right? Is there improvement? Maybe you were 30% aggressive that time and you went to 40% the next match. You can tell them, hey, great job, you were more aggressive that match. So we're trying to get to that 100% effort, 100% aggression, like being all in, all cylinders firing. But as they're improving that mindset and you're helping them work through some of the constraints they have, you're praising the improvement. It could be their mindset doesn't go, like I said, it's not just like skill. It's not like, oh, it's horrible and then perfect. It has those ranges of improvement that your athlete will go through. The second thing is, help your athlete focus on what they can control. You might have even heard this before, but if you want your wrestler to be consistent, try to help them focus on things that are in their control. They can't be, I heard the wrestling mindset coach talk about, they're not a spectator. They can't think about who they're going to wrestle and what their records are and where the tournament is and how big it is and how big the venue is and whatever the case might be. They can't control those things. Focus on what they can control, right? And there's always things that can come up, like some of the things I give, for example, could be, the music you listen to before the matches, the warm-up you do before the matches, the way you cut weight for the tournament or the dual meet, keeping those consistent. But even those things can come up, right? Like, you listen to music, well, what if you don't have your headphones? Okay, is that going to mess you up? If you don't have your headphones that day and you can't listen to your music, is that going to cause you to perform poorly? Do you have so much anxiety around your routine almost that you make it a ritual, and if you don't hit every single point of your routine, then you're going to lose the match? I had kids on my Drexel wrestling team in college who had rituals. I had to have the right socks. I had to walk around the bleachers a certain way. Like, that stuff ends up going far the other direction. The reality is you're trying to get to a certain mindset. And once you find the mindset that you want to be at before the matches, and I think people are different. You'll hear some people, if we talk to all the national champs, all the Olympic champs, I would say you have different mindsets. You have somebody who might want to be pumped up, be fired up before they wrestle. You might have somebody who wants to be relaxed. You might have somebody that wants to be in between that. So you've got to start searching for that desired mindset state. I know it's not focusing on your competitor. Oh, who am I going to wrestle? I know that's not going to help you. But find that mindset. Do I want to be pumped up? Do I want to be a little more relaxed? Do I want to, speak confidence to myself? All right. Do I want to think about, certain physical things I'm gonna be doing in the matches, like hand fighting hard. You'll have to find out for yourself what works. And then your routine and everything you do before that is to get you into that mindset, okay? So I do recommend routine. I do recommend having a specific warm-up, cutting weight the same way, keeping things consistent, but don't let that turn into a ritual. Second thing, it's positive versus negative, right? A lot of people, they want to think positive, right? The best way to go about that in general is to think positive. What I mean by that is instead of talking about like against the negative things, talk more the positive things. Fill your head with positive things. Don't even think about the opponent and how they beat the kid their last match. Think about things that, you know, are positives towards yourself. So, you know, I'm aggressive. I'm going to stay in a good stance. I'm going to compete at my best effort. Those are maybe the things you're thinking. You don't have to think the negatives of the other side, because a lot of times if you think about, like, for example, oh, I don't care that the guy won the last match. I don't care he's a state champ. I'm going to beat him. I don't care that this is my last match. Like, I'm not nervous. Like, that type of stuff is you're still thinking about the competitor and the outside things, even though you're thinking of a negative way. I think a better way to go about it would be more positive toward yourself. I got this. I am going to be aggressive. I'm going to be in a good stance. Good stance. Make contact the right way. Hand fight hard. All right, I'm loose. I'm feeling good. Those are some of my advices for inconsistency, but I do really think each wrestler is different.